After about 45 minutes, the gift opening ceremony is pretty much finished. I have gathered my treasures into a pile and Debbie is trying to clean up the massive amounts of litter spanning the living room. The Christmas tree stands silent and alone, all the gifts are now removed from beneath its shadow. Its job this year is done. I got everything that I'd hoped for, and lots more. I'm currently hauling everything into the bedroom so I can set it all up and build my home arcade. I got a small computer desk to assemble as well. There are going to be wires and cords running everywhere before too long. If you'll excuse me for a bit, we are going to have a whole lot of relatives arriving around noon, so I need to get busy with things while I still can. Oh, but before I do, I need to go to the kitchen and sneak a piece of our neighbor's special carrot cake so I can have enough energy to carry out my work. I get it and a cup of milk and retreat to the bedroom, where I pop open the VIC-20 box and start reading through the thick instruction manual. After that, the home arcade will become a reality. Just you see. It's getting close to 9 o'clock now. I've managed to build the small computer desk and ease it into the space to the left side of the dresser that the television lives on. I'm using an uncomfortable metal folding stool as a computer chair. I've taken the Atari 5200 carefully from its box and sorted through all the styrofoam, plastic, cords and connections and instruction booklets. There it is. The monster machine. Sleek. Yes, but it would never be in any way complete without Defender. Fortunately, here it is. I install the Atari 5200 onto the television. It's basically the same as the 2600, except the power cord has a big transformer box on it. As I predicted, there were cords and wires snaking everywhere. After experimenting with the somewhat complicated and loose controllers, I dive into each of the games. Here's Defender. Next, I try Pac-Man. Then, Centipede. Then, Kicks. Pronounced Kicks. After a good hour, I finally set the Atari 5200 aside and make room for the Intellivision. More wires and more tangled cords. The game comes with a boxy plastic IntelliVoice unit, which allows certain games to talk. I don't have any games that are compatible with the IntelliVoice yet, so I put it aside. I start Burger Time, which is simple but very addictive. I briefly try poker and blackjack. It's interesting, but it's going to take some studying and patience to get the hang of it. Hooking up the Commodore VIC-20 is a bit different than what I am used to. The power supply is burdened with a big, heavy transformer. I connect it to the television with its own RF converter, and before too long I have it up and running. There's an instruction book that will guide me, step by step, into the complicated world of computer programming. I was reading through it earlier, but I'm still confused. This will take some time. Noontime is approaching. Sunlight is reflecting off the ice and snow outside and producing quite a healthy glare through the windows. More aunts and uncles and cousins are arriving from out of town. They have all braved treacherous road conditions to get here, but no one was killed. The house is filled with voices, laughing, and a mixture of different colognes and perfumes. Melting ice and snow has formed a puddle just inside the back door where they all tromped. The towels stuffed under the door to keep the cold air out have been pushed carelessly away into the corner. I am giving the video games a rest, though I am anxious to get back to them just as soon as I can. I'm lounging around the dining room table with some of the relatives, flipping through my copy of Dungeons & Dragons Monster Manual 2. I've been hoping for this thing since I borrowed a copy from somebody a couple of months ago. The house is noisy with people, which is something I'm not at all used to. I'm a loner at heart and I have this habit of quickly and quietly slipping away from crowds at the first possible opportunity. Today certainly holds no exceptions to that rule. As soon as I finish my first cooked meal in over a week, I creep back to my room and start punching commands into the VIC-20. I'm getting pretty good at making flashing billboards and some other simple animations already. The room is strong with the smell of new plastic and cardboard. I love it. Every once in a while a relative will stick their head in the door wondering where I went. I'll definitely feel more relaxed once everyone is gone and things get back to normal again.
Well, Costello, I'm going to New York.
I'm listening to my new radio tape player now as I go back to the Atari 5200 and try another game of Kicks, a game I'm not particularly good at. I got a cassette tape of Abbott and Costello's classic Who's On First radio broadcast and I have been listening to that over and over. I'm going to have to memorize that routine someday.
We have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know is on third.
That's what I want to find out.
I say who's on first, what's on second, I don't know is on third.
Are you the manager?
Yes.
You're going to be the coach too?
Yes.
And you know the fellow's name?
Well, I should.
Well, then who's on first?
Yes.
I mean the fellow's name.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who?
The first baseman.
Who?
The guy playing
Who
first.
is on first?
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
That's it.
That's who?
Yes.
The cold day is turning into an even colder evening. I've had a long list of relatives ask me what Santa Claus left under the tree for me. I shrugged and told them that I made out very well this year. My brother-in-law Bruce also got an Intellivision, and he's pretty obsessed with Burger Time. My sister keeps calling and telling me about it and relating high scores. I'm reading through the Star Frontiers instruction manual. It's a space-based version of Dungeons & Dragons and can actually be combined with D&D gameplay. I'm really looking forward to seeing what I can do with that. The relatives are slowly leaving and I just slipped into the kitchen for another piece of carrot cake when nobody was looking. Several pieces have already been removed from the metal cake pan. The white icing covered in whole pecans is so rich and filling, but I still can't leave it alone. It's been a long and very eventful day and I really need a nap after waking up so early this morning. I'm yawning with lazy eyes. Night is creeping in around the snow-covered yard. The last hint of orange light is radiating off the setting sun as Christmas winds down. I just finished even more leftovers and dessert. I'm altogether full now. I have so many things to play with and so many things to read and do. An embarrassment of riches. Yet I am so drowsy that I can't enjoy it. It's only after 9 and I am desperately craving sleep. My eyes keep closing against my will. Why couldn't I have slept this easily last night? I really hate to see Christmas end, but when you need sleep there's not a whole lot you can do to stop it.